Dummies vs. Noobs by Cincy Developer is one of my all-time favorite Roblox games. It's a wave-based PvE shooter that increases in difficulty the farther you get. Recently, however, I was shown to this game. This fan game, known as Stronghold Showdown, puts you in control of a Nusian boss and throws you against 8 other Dominions. This game has been pretty fun, for the most part, until some bullshit like this happens. So with that said, here's how the system works. First, you vote on a map, then you vote on special modifiers if there is any, then the Juggernaut is selected from the list of players, and the player gets to select their Juggernaut out of 3. Rounds typically could only last up to 20 minutes, with most rounds either ending in a landslide victory or a landslide defeat for either side. However, those few rounds where they last for a long time, and where it's an even fight, are some of the most fun to engage in. Bosses are different than their DVN counterparts, however. Most notably, bosses could do things they shouldn't be able to. For example, Gaia could call in reinforcements of superpowered elites, Sparta just has a gun, Fusilier has a nuclear bomb, and Achilles has the power of God. On top of this, items are changed to have new purposes, new items are introduced, and even new rand modifiers. My favorite of which being Boss Duel. It puts one weak boss on the Dominion team, and makes the Nusian one stronger. The only bosses I haven't seen as dummies are Hermes, Ares, and London Prime, all of which have their own difficulties, and it makes sense why they can't be on the Dominion side. Speaking of bosses, there are currently 11 to play as. Fusilier, Tempest, Daedalus, Hermes, Gaia, Prometheus, Trident, Achilles, Sparta, Ares, and finally, London Prime. All of them are faithful to the original DVN bosses, with new abilities. This is my honest opinion about each boss. Go on, disagree. I don't care. The game even has the original 6 classes, some of which are modified because the abilities won't work, considering, there's no other enemies, just the bosses. But, the team synergy still exists, and I swear to God, if you are one of the 400 scouts, please, switch to medic. The other thing I find cool about this game is that it seems to leave itself enough room to expand into all sorts of directions. It says that there's only one game mode as of right now, which is Showdown. But recently, they've added the Special Rounds modifier, which is new and incredibly fun. They've added the Exoskeleton, which is an old piece of equipment from the original DVN. And they've also added in a new item called the Drifter Blade, which I absolutely hate. Please never use it. I'm not going to go off on a tangent about things I would like added to the game, as I like the game as is, and I would like to see the direction the devs are going with first. However, I do have one suggestion, which would be like a team of Juggernauts up against endless waves of Dominions. With that being said, this is just a small video to explain the basics. I want more people to get into this game, as it's a fun game for me and for my friends, and I believe it would be a fun game for most people. If people are really interested, I might make a follow-up video on this about more of the in-depth mechanics and fun things you could do. To end off this video, I'm going to leave a fun clip of a Sparta round I had. OBS got screwed up halfway through and I fixed it, so it's kind of zoomed in during a portion of the video.
woman